So welcome everyone. We are 821 people joining us on this amazing global masterclass webinar. I can see people here from the UK, the States, Germany, France, Egypt, Kenya, India, Chile. I can see people from everywhere joining this webinar. Thank you all and welcome. Incredible. It's a movement of unleashing the mysteries of female orgasms. I am here as a leader of this movement to bring back emotions, pleasures. So I need to start by saying that the knowledge I share in this presentation is a compendium of all clinical literature, guidelines, peer-reviewed studies. Look, it's not my own original research, but it reflects evidence from reputable sources in the medical field. But primarily, it's all my insights from my own medical and clinical practice. Treatments I've implemented over the last 9 years. And outcomes I have personally observed in my patients. I have this amazing passion that I've been taught and encouraged to learn more, to give better clinical experience for my own amazing patients. So, and I call it sex intelligence. We will learn how the brain can direct you to include, to involve your entire body for the best, what I call the eternal burst. It's the burst of the orgasm. We are learning it. And it's not easy. It's playfulness. It's encouragement. It's connection. It's achievement. It's a vast sexual ecstasy. So together, you and I, we're about to embark on this intimate journey on a series of my master classes. We will cross all sexual health. We will cross all powerful pleasure like never before. So, I'm Dr. Mike from Sydney, Australia. I'm a fellow of the Royal Australian College of General Practitioners with a focus on men and women's health. I have advanced certification in genital laser and platelet-rich plasma from the US. I have extensive experience in the O shot and the P shot, orgasm shot, penis and priapus shot, and also laser therapies to ensure that I bring my patients the benefit from the most advanced and modern technology. So we will talk about vaginal and penile rejuvenation. I am grateful to my leaders, Dr. Charles Reynolds from Alabama, the inventor of the ONP shot, and Dr. Michael Goodman in California, who is known to be the godfather of vaginas because and surgery and beautification and amplification enhancement of orgasms. I'm also a member of the International Society of Sexual Medicine, of the International Continence Society, of the European Society of Aesthetic Gynecology and Aesthetic Medicine and Surgery, ESAG and ECAMS. I have disclaimers to share with you that some of the treatments discussed here may be considered experimental in certain countries and may not be approved by the local health authorities. So all of you attendees, I advise you to consult your national medical guidelines and regulatory bodies and to comply with all applicable laws and professional standards. And also, I must enforce that the purpose and the intention of tonight is educational only. So it's not substitute to professional medical advice, diagnosis, and treatments. And attendees, you are encouraged to consult your healthcare professionals and follow their guidance. And another disclaimer, I must say I have no financial interests at all or financial benefit related to the promotion of the content presented in this webinar. So I will welcome today all my patients who are here on my masterclass and webinar. And I know there are many, many, many of them. And I'm grateful for the honor and pleasure for them to trust me on this journey. And I will say, whether you are 28 or 80, divorced, partners, or partnered, or you are a postpartum after you give birth, or menopausal, or your sexual well-being really matters. Because it's about confidence, pleasure, healing. And to partners or self-love practice, we honor your sensual potential. I will be exploring regenerative treatments, hormone support. We need to start this conversation about your sexual health. I invite you to reach out, and this is your time. We're here to understand the connection between your body, your competence, your clinical solution, because we need to support your sexual health across all life stages. So let's dive right in. Sex intelligence, what you see on screen, it's about understanding physicality of sexuality. It's about talking about dysfunction. This is not working. How can we fix it? It's about science, knowledge. It's about your brain. It's about how can I get brain pleasure. And that's when I thought I'll call it sex intelligence, because I really want you to be intelligent about getting the best of your sexuality. So, female orgasm is not a simple function. We need to explore it. We need to explore it starting by, obviously, what simply we know the clitoris anatomy. But we're going to discover 9 internal vaginal erogenous zones. We will activate what we call the internal vaginal pacemaker. Without the heart pacemaker, heart doesn't go. Without vaginal pacemaker, the vaginal orgasm doesn't go either. And we will understand how we can achieve the extended sexual response, the extended sexual release for a long time, not about a simple clitoral ecstatic external orgasm. We will talk about the love muscles, what is called the pompoir, how the love muscles can be activated, can be released, can be enjoyed for many functions. And ultimately, it's about brain pleasure. About brain pleasure. It's we digging deep and we highlighting, we are elevating orgasm from vaginas to a whole body orgasm, to a vaginal pleasure. That takes me to the brain, the homunculus. The homunculus is a Latin word for the little human. And you can see there on the right side is the little human. Actually, might be on your left. And the little human, you can see the genital sensory cortex. It is written there. Let me see. Yeah, here it is. The genital sensory cortex. Everything happened vaginally or for the penis end up in the brain at this homunculus, which is the mapping of the genital sensory cortex. You will see next to your genital center your toes and your feet. So everything is mapped out in the brain. Your breathing center, your heart center, your hormone centers. All these control room controls, releases, and interacts with your emotions, with your releases. So orgasm, ultimately, it's about going to your genital sensory cortex, carried by nerves. So we stimulate the vagina. Why do we get the sensation of ecstasy? Women will call it a cosmic sensation. It's about nerves carrying all the impulses from the vagina to the brain for an amazing sexual pleasure. And in return, the brain releases your hormones. And we will study that meticulously and a nice play. And that's what I'm here for. It's what I've learned over the years. And I've led so many of my patients who are here today in this webinar, and with my great respect and honor for them to trust me on something very personal. And I have the greatest respect for my patients to give me this honor to be able to look after them. What's happening on screen today, right now? This is from the movie Hysteria. And in the past, women suffered an anxiety, depression, mood swings. They were sent to the doctors. And the doctors, after their examination, they have hysteria, female hysteria. And to help treat this condition, we had the pelvic massage. And the pelvic massage is aimed at relieving this pelvic spasm and brain hysteria. And they called it back then pelvic paroxysm. But the pelvic paroxysm is released by a good orgasm. And we need to relieve the brain. Now we understand. Relieving the brain that we've seen on the homunculus, on the little human, it's about the genital sensory cortex. How can I relieve the brain? I'll invite you to watch this trailer of the movie Hysteria. The movie Hysteria is an amazing comedy, and it's about the invention of the first ever invented vibrator. Because the doctors had RSI, sore wrist, from massaging ladies' pelvis to release their anxiety and depression. And I have to say that the film explores all the sexual arousal, is beauty and youth and fantasy, but it's real. The arousal is attraction, the middle life crisis in sexuality, where men and women confront desires that is with insecurities, lack of confidence. And climax is physical and emotional. It's just a lot more than just sex. It's accepting who we are, it's emotional connection, it's relation between fantasy and reality in sexual desire. So I will let you enjoy the trailer until you watch the movie of the first ever vibrator, the first ever relief of sexual hysteria, sexual pressure to sexual pleasure. I'll let you enjoy that.
Morning, Mrs. Parsons.
Good morning, Doctor.
Tell me, what do you know of hysteria?
Nothing.
In its most severe forms, it demands drastic measures. Good, steady pressure, that's the key. I'm keen for help.
Thank you.
Oh, come on!
Not enough hands to do the work.
I have been offered a position by London's leading specialist in women's medicine.
Oh, gosh. Good God, man. What a grip.
It is strictly a medical treatment that stimulates the nervous system.
Oh.
Who is she?
She's his daughter.
It's a very difficult case, that one.
It must be difficult pleasuring half the women in the city.
Pleasure has nothing to do with it, I can assure you.
I suppose that depends on whether you're over the table or on it. Bye!
Isn't she a Chinese firecracker?
I must find some way to attend to these women properly.
I believe the French have had quite a bit of luck using their tongues.
No. My new generator.
My God.
Makes you all warm and
From
tingly.
there on, my next one is another movie, 10. And 10 is the movie that is, I'm showing an orchestra playing, that actually was played last Thursday at the Sydney Opera House, and I was there. It's about Ravel, Maurice Ravel, the French composer in 1928, and he composed this one sentence of musical sentence. And he told his friend at the piano, I will keep playing this one sentence played by many, many instruments. Here we'll show you the interplay between instruments, the interplay by vaginal orgasm spots, rhythmic and slow, enjoyable, emotional, creative. We are still at the foreplay. We haven't even started sex yet. I'll just here take you easy through the 9 orgasmic vaginal spots. It's exactly like what they've done at 10. The movie 10 goes for 2 hours. The music goes for 15 minutes. And the 7 minutes orgasm is at least the simple rhythm of building your orgasm, activating your 9 vaginal orgasm spots. So I will play it. I want you to enjoy the interplay between the instruments until the finale, which is the absolute magic orgasm and release. So this is the music of movie between Bird Derrick, which is Jenny, and Dudley Moore, George. He likes to make love at the Ravel Bolero. And the music lasts for a while. And from there on, this has become the soundtrack to sex because of the interaction, the playfulness between instruments. And ultimately, it keeps evolving and evolving, amplifying, enhancing to the magic finale of an orgasm. So, they keep playing. Please, slow sex, slow enjoyment. We will go into the heart of the female orgasm. We will go into the vaginal knowledge. We will go into the enigmatic pleasure centers. We will talk about the biochemical symphony between the release of the hormones. But I must enforce the idea and the knowledge that trauma and healing are essential for connection with your own self. It's the rich part of your life. So we will start by my patient Chloe. And Chloe is a 39-year-old patient who came and says in tears, I'm losing my partner. I can't orgasm. I can't fake it. And the man is blaming himself that he cannot make me orgasm. A big disconnect. What do I do? 39 years, never orgasm, clitoral or vaginal. Checked her hormones, perfect hormones, but we knew we need to activate her vaginal orgasm systems. And we will talk about the orgasm shot that's invented by Dr. Charles Reynolds in the States, which is your own blood activating your orgasm spots. And after the first, I had permission from Chloe for her to hope that she will carry on and maintain her orgasm and start her orgasm. And before the second treatment of the Earth shot, Chloe was enjoying the best orgasms, to even ejaculation, to even squirting. Quite powerful. That she said, I didn't know my body could do that. And that's what you have when you combine love, compassion, and respect to your own female body. Experiencing orgasm, not at the vagina level, but at the brain pleasure centers. So we will start by mapping the vagina and all the orgasm system. If I can get to the next slide and I'll show you, this is the system, the clitorourethral complex. This is your orgasm machine. You see the tip of the clitoris, and you see the clitoris wrapped around the vagina. You see the A spot, you see the many spots which you will take one by one. Let me go back and talk about clitoris. Easy, but it's not. And I'll explain to you why. The UOGAP spots, the perineal and urethral sponges, the cervix, but above all, your emotional safety, your happiness and being connection, the love, the emotion. And I'll start by signs, the clitoris. The clitoris is not the tip. The clitoris is like a penis, the same size, the same function, the same erection, the same wrapping around the vagina. So you can see here the tip of the clitoris wrapped around the vagina with the crus or the crury of the vagina. You see the vestibular bulb. All these machines gets erected. And I have to say, for the first time I heard it yesterday from my patients, my clitoris is erected after the treatment. My clitoris is hard and erected. And this is what you see, but deep inside is all wrapped around the vagina. This erection is what the friction can carry all your sensation to your brain center, the pleasure center. This is carried externally by a nerve called pudendal nerve. Now, the pudendal nerve is a Latin that stands for shameful. And this is why it is taboo. Because they call it pudendum, shameful nerve. We're breaking the taboo here. We open the conversation. We open the communication. We're beyond what culturally has broken the sensitivity of your pleasure and your emotions and your sensation. And I say it, you're not allowed to be blind. You're not allowed to lose any of your senses because of the taboos, because of the shameful nerve. But it's carried by the pudendal nerve. And if we carry on, you can see the clitoris, you can see the arms of the clitoris around the vagina, and the rest of your vagina complex and your orgasm complex. You can see here the clitoris and the penis that are very similar. How can they not be? It's embryologically growing and developing from the first cell, and it completes from a man and a woman, but they're all similar. So you must look after your entire clitoris health and enjoy a good erection of your clitoris. We'll leave the clitoris because we all know about it. 8,000 nerves, the most highly innervated organ in your body. It is the only organ that has one function: pleasure. Every organ in your body has many, many, many functions. But creation has given you an organ just for pleasure with 8,000 nerves. This is a side view of your pelvis. I will not delve too much into anatomy, but it's nice to see what's happening in this entire internal planet of your vagina. So the side view, you see the uterus, you see the bladder in front of it, and your rectum behind it. And here you see, read with me on the left side, fallopian tubes, that's where the ovaries are, the bladder, the pubic bone, the G-spot. We all know the G-spot. We'll talk about it. And then you come down to the clitoris. To familiarize yourself with what's happening internally. For me, with you and I discover all these internal spots. The G-spot is about maybe 5-6 centimeters from the introitus, the entrance of the vagina. It's ridged, it's firmer. I have many patients who say, I don't know where my G-spot is. Look for it, find it, discover it with you and your partner. It's ridged, it's firmer, it's spongy. And it gives you the deep orgasm. Activating your G-spot and your O-spot and the U-spot gives you the female ejaculation. It gives you your ejaculation. It gives you your squirting. And we keep going to find the U-spot. Have a look at the lower end of this diagram and you see U-spot. If you put your finger in your vagina, the first thing you discover is your urethra, is where you pee from. And around the urethra, where you pee from, is your U-spot. Around it, you got the urethral sponge. These are the most sensitive area. When I used to work in intensive care, in ED, emergency department, we found many women coming with inserting things in their urethra because it's very pleasurable. So please don't do that. But just to tell you that the urethral sponge, the urethra are very, very sensitive. And it must be part of enjoyable, pleasurable foreplay. And we'll move from the U-spot to next spot, which is the O-spot, which is just behind the urethra where you pee from. And the O-spot carries the scaneous glands. The O-spot, O-shot, same thing. And the scaneous gland, same thing. It's the gland where secretions happens. It's creamy, it's thickened, and it activates more and more in the foreplay. So scaneous gland is here. We call it the male or the female prostate. Same thing. It's lubricating, has got antibacterial function. It's clear mucousy, and it's the same as the male prostate. So if I go back to comparing a penis and a clitoris, same thing. If I go back and compare the same prostate and scaneous gland, same thing. It has got the function, it has got the lubrication, it has got the protective mechanism to protect your urethra against any bacteria, but it has got the most pleasurable sensation of releasing your secretions, your creamy lubrication and orgasm. And if we keep going further and further, and what we call the female ejaculation process, which is the G-spot stimulation, the fluid release from your scaneous gland, the heightened orgasm, and then we are initiating more and more your pacemaker. The vagina pacemaker is activating, initiating, stimulating locally in the vagina all these hormones together. And we keep moving and we keep moving inwards. and we found the cervix. And the cervix is the neck of the uterus. We do the pap smear in the cervix. I'm trying to explain more and more for you to understand what's happening. The cervix is the neck of the uterus. In front of it, you can see AFE, anterior, in front. Behind it, PFE, posterior. This center of three sensory mechanisms and orgasmic area. This is the most intense ever orgasm. That's when you are on top. Or you use toys to reach deep, right in the center. It doesn't work by rubbing, it works by pressure. And the pressure is carried out by two different nerves, the hypogastric and the vagus. And these nerves are called visceral, internal, whole body. It carries that whole body sensation to your pleasure center in the genital brain center. Now we are in our journey for a beautiful orgasm from the CV, clitoro-urethro-vaginal, or the clitoris, the urethra, the U spot, the urethral sponge, to the G spot, to the E spot, cervical spot, and the P spot. It is magic. Magic sensation, magic feeling to your brain. And that's cervical orgasm, which is the most intense. It's emotional, it's energetic, and it's a deep arousal. This is your whole body deep arousal. If I look at this slide, I found internal pressure. Pressure. It's not rubbing. It's slow movements. It's penetration. It's your position to reach it on top. It's a deep and emotional, and vagus nerve carries all your emotions up to your brain. People ask me how to find my A spot. The cervix, which is the donut shape of the neck of the uterus. In front of it, you've got the A, anterior, in front of the C spot. How do you find it? Exactly where it is. You put your finger or your toy right in front of the cervix, and we keep going at the A spot stimulation. And you find that you identified the spots. You put your finger or a curved toy. It gives you intense arousal, deep lubrication, and stimulation of this erogenous spot. And that activates your vaginal pacemaker. We finally activating the vaginal pacemaker, where I always say 1 + 1 = 3. Stimulation, orgasm, amplified. Release of electromechanical waves. Waves come from the muscle enlargement or extension or distension. Release of chemicals, and all interact, stimulate, and fire up all these nerves. Internal nerves, hypogastric and vagus to your brain. And here they are. We have the clitoris, the U spot, the G spot, A and B, supposed to be A and P, and the cervix. These are your spots on the way in. My patient said, I had great pleasure finding my spots. I had incredible time playing, discovering by myself and with my partner. And this is how you get to the P spot. It's the back of posterior aspect or the back of the cervix. So how can you unlock the cervix, the fornix? The fornix or the fornices are the before and after the cervix. We discussed it all. I have to say it's essential. It's when this happens, the uterus lifts, the vagina gets longer during your arousal. It's deep penetration, stimulating. It's perfectly happened during the doggy style or your cowgirl or missionary with hip elevated. You need to get deep to the cervix. You can get the curved dildo to reach there. And that's the essential part of lubrication and of moisture. So the journey in the female orgasm starts by the female prostate, which is the O spot, carries on to the G spot, to the A spot and C and P, to the cervical orgasm. The magic, the most powerful, the mystery, and the trust, the transformational orgasm that the brain enjoys the most. So we'll go to the sponges, which I mentioned on the way. The urethral sponge is this area, soft, spongy area around the urethra where the pee comes out. It swells up because lots of vascularity, lots of erection happens, lots of erection and vessel opening up, pouring in onto this vascularity. And that's your G, and that's between the urethral sponge and the G spot play. We call it the zone of convergence, where every emotions, every feeling converge to one spot, and it carried out by your visceral or internal nerves. The perineal sponge, it's the back wall between the perineum, and it's nobody had thought much about the perineal sponge or the posterior wall. In my research of the cells of Kagels, and cells of Kagels is cells that are autonomous, working by themselves. It's like your intestine. Where the intestine moves, you can hear them, you can feel them moving slowly. That's the cells of Kagels. And they have discovered cells of Kagels in the posterior wall, which is very similar. When these activated, the posterior wall with the anterior wall with the cervix, you have the biggest release, the biggest joy to the brain. It's a full body pleasure. And this is what we're aiming for. It's a full body orgasm and full body extended release. Now, outside the vagina, we have the nipple orgasm. And that's engaging in foreplay, whether by hands, by tools. It's a densely packed nerve ending. All these nerves that crosses the parasternal from right to left, from left to right, and is carried out by the nerves in the intercostal, which is between your ribs, and carried out again to the brain. That's what I call it sex intelligence. So the nipple orgasm, gentle stimulation, various techniques, lots of play, good communication, and emotions and love. Warm oils, ice cubes, nipple clamps. Everybody responds differently. It's a crescendo increasing of nipple orgasm. I use lots of musical terms because I'm classically trained. I sing at the opera house as a tenor, so I love this crescendo from my great maestro, how I can express myself in joy of happiness and strength and pleasure. And we move from the nipple orgasm to what happened during arousal. We have the clitoris, the labia, the vagina, the breast, and it all goes to the brain for a hypothalamus. And the hypothalamus is your brain center of joy. It's your happiness center, where hormones are released. Your dopamine, pleasure. Your oxytocin, the bonding. Your endorphins, your strength and your natural healer. Your prolactin and your emotional release. Your cortisol drops, no more stress. The best antidepressant, the best anti-stress is a good orgasm, where all these hormones counteract your stress level, where all these hormones bring your creativity and unleashing your amazing power of your emotions to elevate you above all pressures. And you feel it. I can tell in the morning with my staff who had sex. I can tell their joy, their happiness, ready to work hard, creative, great idea, they heal, their connections. And I'm inviting you all to enjoy the same. So, exploring your erotic zones, I cannot ignore the anal orgasm and throat orgasm. I will not talk much about it. It's certainly a taboo. It's not something we talk a lot about it, but we cannot ignore the sensation from deep throating. And the vagus nerve, again, the vagus nerve carrying all these visceral deep sensation to the brain. So I'll come back to the healing power of the earth shot, the P shot, and the laser treatment. The earth shot orgasm shot, the priapus, penis shots, and laser rejuvenation. And if I go back and see what does that do, and we're saying the earth shot activate orgasm, laser restore elasticity post-childbirth, menopausal women. The love muscles, the pompoir, your pelvic muscle, the action, interaction, how they strengthen and engorge the blood vessels, how they go stronger. The stronger you have your love muscles, the more powerful your erection of your clitoris and all your internal system, because they squeeze the blood supply, which is the essence of erection, and increase your nerve sensitivity and supply. So ultimately, it's all mapped to your brain. It's what we call the mindful self-touch that goes to your brain for your fantasy and emotions. And that's what we call sex intelligence. We call it the unleashing your pacemaker of your vagina, where it's all fires up, all your cylinders are going, and all your hormones are released. All your nerves, external pudendal, hypogastric, vagus, intercostal, nipples, are all going to one thing, your brain happiness and your brain pleasure, to release your best hormones. So, ladies after giving birth postpartum or menopause, what do? We need to rejuvenate, and I call it vagina health. And the vagina health is regaining vascularity, regaining sensitivity, regaining lubrication, regaining hormones. I always say there is no expiry date to sex. Whether you're 28, 18, or 80, it's your birthright to be the most curious of exploring episodes of hormones and libidos and sexual healing. And that's what we do. This is what we do, it's what we learn, and this is our movement. This is our honor to be able to be leaders in humanity and human pleasures. So I put this slide here, what we call beyond the vaginal canal, because you can see the vagus nerve connection to your brainstem. You see up there the brainstem, and all the organs, all the nerves leading to one channel and that's supposed to explain the anal and throat orgasm, but all the internal nerves carrying all your impulses and nerves all the way to your female pleasure and empowerment. So I'll finish off today by saying deep connection and understanding of intimacy. And it's about confidence, control, intelligence, knowledge, awareness of sexuality, understanding of body pleasure zones. Now you have no excuse. At the opera house, when I sing, my master says, "You're a great singer, but you don't practice enough." I want you to practice and keep practicing. Understand your body pleasure zones for an ultimate goal, which is your body, your brain, genital center satisfaction, release of your best hormones, because that's how your body is built. That's how you are. Discover it, enjoy it, So I thank you for joining today. I would like to introduce my book, Unleash the Mysteries of Female Orgasms. It's in 400 pages in 2 volumes. Follow us on all social media, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Join us into this amazing journey. The book is available on Amazon, on all ebook shops, and please, all the questions, send them to me. I will never let anybody down. Send me your questions. I'll respond. I'll call you. And we will carry on the vagina health, vagina orgasm. It's your pleasure. There's no more taboos. It's about your treasure of creativity, the center of your brain, the center of pleasure. I hope today was useful. I hope I could connect between the brain genital centers to the music, to the euphoria, to the anxiety relief. We are all being seeking to the best of our who we are. And here I am to lead the world. Patients today and 821 on this webinar. The biggest I've ever done from all over the world. Thank you all. I am here to help. I'm here to lead, and I'm here to give answers. Thank you. Have a lovely afternoon, night, morning, wherever you are in the corner of the world. Thank you all.